Hi, Shannon Thigpen with Shine Yoga. Let's look at a kneeling lunge today and be very specific about our alignment for mobility and stability, the balance of the two. Take yourself into a kneeling position, or you could be at a chair. You've seen me do chair lunges before. If you haven't, you can go to shannonthigpen.com, the website, and just search for chair or seated lunge. All right, so we'll call this leg one. Take that out to the front. And I want you to be warmed up, of course, at first. And of course, you're only doing what's right for you, following your directives from your healthcare provider. So you're not going to do this or any other activity without permission, okay? Take foot one out, and I want you to just notice how you're feeling right away and how your body is positioned right now. Your heel should be down, hip, knee, ankle aligned. How about your upper body? Are you leaning forward? Is your ear under or over your hip? Or are you leaning forward? Okay. Once you go back, if you were leaning forward, did you hyperextend in your low back so that you could get back? Ideally, you want ear over shoulder, over hip. So make sure, you have enough padding underneath those knees, or you're in a chair, because you can do it, like I said, from a chair. If you're in a kneeling position, if you can, on the floor, I want you to come to the floor to do it so that you can really focus on bringing your hips parallel, drawing the navel to the spine. If you're anteriorly tilting your hips and you're hyperextending in that low back, your abdominals will be lengthened and the hips will be shorter. They won't be as lengthened as if you tilt the pelvis, tailbone going down, you tilt posteriorly so that your tailbone could go down and your hands are parallel. They can go onto your hip like that. Okay, let's try the other side. And one side could be really different. So just notice how you feel when you come to the other side. You're, again, not on a tightrope. You're aligned with the hips pretty much. So that foot is towards this side of the mat and the knee is towards the opposite side, pretty much parallel with your hips. Hands on your hips, tailbone going down. You might have a little bit of a Urkel feel to that. Inhale, exhale. And what about the hips? Is one higher than the other? Are your hands pretty even? Inhale, exhale. It makes you really focus and engage your core. Like if you're feeling like you're drawing up and in, navel in, you're probably using your core there. If you feel like you're stressing in your low back, it could be because there's that much tightness there and right now you cannot get the quadricep to really stretch, fire the hip flexor, or your glute really, I should say, to fire so that you could really lengthen through the hip flexors. Breathe, and let's go back to the first side now. And before we do, we'll just sit back in child's pose onto side 2 knee, side 1 coming forward, hip, knee, ankle aligned. I want you to stay right there if that's your focus. Like if that is really challenging for you to keep the hips parallel, perhaps you're going to stay there. Especially if you try and come forward and your hips pop up. Okay, if it's more pops up like that, then stay up higher until you get more flexibility. Now, if you don't have the flexibility, what? Nothing. It's all good, right? If you don't have the flexibility, it's all good. Your hands, they're under your shoulders, knee out slightly, just a little bit. Maybe the foot turned out just a smidget. Inhale, exhale, and breathe. Stay here unless you can bend the elbows a little. You would really start with the outside one first, and maybe both of them can go down. Maybe not. If your hips are going to hike up again, then you're not going to bring them both down. Inhaling and exhaling. That's it. Bring your hands back up. Can you, I'm using the pads of my fingers, so I'm not just using my wrist. Can you curl the toes of your back leg and lift the knee? Breathe. Inhale, exhale. If that caused your hips to lift, you wouldn't do it today. And it's all good. Whatever you do, and you do it safely, just start where you are, right? It's all good. Your hand on side 2 stays down, shoulder away from your ear. Lift up out and turn, twisting more from the chest and breathing. Drawing your navel in, shoulders away from your ear, maybe looking up to the hand. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hand behind your back, palm open onto hip on side 2. Open the chest. Good. And you can stay right there. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Now we can add one more layer by bending the knee and reaching back and grabbing that foot. But again, if that's not right for you today, you won't do it. And it's all good, because this is going to deepen the stretch in that quadricep and hip flexor. Opening the chest, we're stretching through the chest as well. So you have a lot going on right there. Lots and lots going on right there. We're stretching psoas, the quadricep. We're stretching the glute here, the hamstrings here. We're mobilizing or creating more mobility through the chest as we open up and turn. A lot going on. Woo! So we'll bring that leg back and we'll do the other side. Shift, weight forward. Inhale, exhale. Good, breathe. Inhale, exhale. Take your hand inside, turn the foot out. Maybe I'm going a little faster on this side because I know that you got it. Inhale, exhale, and you're basically repeating on this side what you did on the other side. Good mobility through the chest, but staying at the progression that is right for you. Yes? Yes. And release. Come back. So spend a little bit more time on those sides, right? At the progression that is right for you. Because I really rushed through side 2 to make sure that I could get it done, but you would spend the time. Oh, let me make a point there as well. If you have one side that you have a lot more trouble with, you may spend more time on that side. Not the side that feels best necessarily, because that's probably the side that has the most mobility and the most strength. Go to the weaker side and spend more time on that side. Listen, just start where you are, do what you can. You do have greatness inside of you, and I believe in you. Inhale. Namaste.